Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be going through the topic of active transport, and this is also the last topic of cell biology, so let's get started. Okay, so the meaning of active transport is that it's the movement of a substance from an area of low concentration to an area of high concentration using energy from respiration. Now I'm sure that most of you guys have already learnt osmosis and diffusion, and this is the last type of transport you're learning. But if you haven't, I suggest you guys go check it out right now. The link for my osmosis and diffusion video is in the description box. So, as you already know, osmosis and diffusion is a passive transport because it does not require energy. And the substance in osmosis and diffusion is moving from an area of high concentration to an area of low concentration. This is completely opposite to active transport, because for active transport you'd need energy because the particles are moving from an area of low concentration to an area of high concentration. So a good analogy to help you remember this is to think of yourself on a hill. So to go down the hill, so to go down the concentration gradient, you wouldn't need energy because you're going from an area of high concentration to an area of low concentration as you're going down the hill, so you wouldn't need energy. But if you're at the bottom of the hill, to go up we would need a lot of energy. So this is similar in substances. So to go down the concentration gradient, so that would mean from a high concentration to a low concentration, you wouldn't need much energy. But if you're going from up the concentration gradient, so that would mean from a low concentration to a high concentration, you would need energy. So for GCSE, we'd need to know examples of active transport in plants and animals. So we're just going to go through that just now. Okay, so active transport in plant cells. So as you can see here, this is a root hair cell. So it's a long hair-like extension to increase surface area to absorb lots of water and mineral ions from the soil. So these brown particles are soil particles, and this blue stuff is the water. So through osmosis, water is obviously going to go through into the plant as there's a high concentration outside and a low concentration inside. So in the soil there's also minerals. So for the minerals to go in, energy from respiration would be needed as there's a low concentration in the soil and a high concentration in the root hair cell. So that's just active transport in plant cells. I know it's very short, but you guys just have to remember the meaning of active transport and you can easily answer any question in the exam. Okay, so active transport in animal cells. So this is the small intestine. So on the left you can see the cross section of a small intestine, and on the right is a close-up version of a villi. So villi are structures that have large surface area to absorb most minerals and stuff in the small intestine. So as you can see, the surface contains small villi. So over here, when it's zoomed in, it's lined with a single layer of cells to provide a shorter diffusion pathway, and it also contains a very good blood supply. So that's it for animal cells. Okay, so now to avoid confusion, we're going to be comparing the definitions of active transport, diffusion, and osmosis. Okay, so as we just heard, active transport is a movement of a substance from an area of low concentration to an area of high concentration using energy from respiration. So active transport is low to high. Diffusion is, so active transport is low to high. Diffusion is the movement of a substance from an area of high concentration to an area of low concentration. So over here we can see that there's no need of energy and the substances are going from a high concentration to an area of low concentration. And osmosis is the movement of water from an area of high concentration to an area of low concentration, and it does not require energy. So out of all this, we can see that active transport is the only one that requires energy, and it's also the only one where the particles are moving from a low concentration to a high concentration. Diffusion is just the movement of substances like particles in air and other substances from an area of high concentration to an area of low concentration, and osmosis is the movement of water from an area of high concentration to an area of low concentration. Okay, so onto the exam questions. So this is a 1 marker, so it shouldn't be too hard. Make sure to pause the video and give yourself some time. Okay, so the process was active transport, as we just learnt. And this is slightly harder, it's a 2 marker, so make sure to pause the video. Okay, so this is the answer. You can mark your answer over here. Okay, thanks for watching this video, guys. If you liked it, make sure to click that subscribe button right now.